Got it. Why is it doing this today? It's doing me bad. I guess I don't need this part. I guess I don't need this part no more. Yes. So the my app guy said everything looks good and he's working on it on his part. I guess he got busy with all this stuff, but hey, it's all good. The Blessed Beast Radio app will be here. It'll be full fledged CHH 24/7 and worship mixed together. Like I said, I don't think it's too many formats that do that part. But man, today, how to become wise within your size. Y'all see that? I talked about this. This is one of the first topics that we ever did a year ago. This is one of the first times. Who was here last time we talked about the strength of an ant? I think that was like the first or second topic we ever did on this Zoom. That was April last year, right? And so I just kind of titled today's joint, How to Become Wise Beyond Your Size. Let me see. Let me see who was here. You was here. Perry, what's happening? What's happening? All right. Y'all hear me? I've been saying it, man. The Bible better than Netflix. Bible's better than Netflix. Bible is better than Netflix. Drop it in there. Bible's better than Netflix. Um, you remember that message? That's great, Riri. Riri is all the way in Austin. Been rocking with me since day 1 or 2, right? Proverbs, the book of Proverbs is a book of sayings, right? You just want some wisdom, man. Proverbs got a whole bunch of it in it. And I'm trying to tell you, Bible's better than Netflix. BBTN, Bible's better than Netflix. I'm going to drop a book and it's going to be filled with these devotions that we do because some of these stories and parables are better than real life Netflix shows. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Demikia, when we using these proverbs, we can real life apply these joints to today's life and it really makes sense, George, right? So let's go straight to it. Adrian, I don't know if Inez is on here today. Let's go drop it in the chat. Let's go straight to Proverbs 30, verse 24. Yes, yes. Proverbs 30, verse 24. It's crazy because I was reading this joint and I was just like, man, we can apply these joints to our real life. People be trying to say, yo, the Bible is old stuff, man. We in 2024. Some of this stuff apply right here today. I ain't gonna even say some of it, all of it. That's how cold that Bible is, right? What up, Jen? Right? Proverbs 30, verse 24 says, 4 things on earth are small. Four things on earth are small. This Bible, but they are extremely wise. 4 things on earth are really small, but they are extremely wise. We small compared to buildings. But check this out. Verse 25. Verse 25 says, ants. It's Bible, y'all. It's crazy. It's Bible. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store their food in the summer. They store up their food in the summer, right? Verse 26 says, hyraxes. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's a rabbit, basically. It's a rock rabbit, right? Look like a guinea pig. Verse 26 says, hyraxes are hyraxes, rock rabbits that look like guinea pigs. I wrote that part myself. They're creatures of little power, yet they make their home in crags, which is a cliff, like a rugged cliff, right? Verse 27, locusts have no king, yet they advance together in ranks. This Bible. Verses 28, a lizard or a spider can be caught with one hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. It's Bible, right? We could just break them down and compare our life to them. And man, how do we get the wisdom? 4 things that are small, we can learn a whole lot from. Let's break that down, right? Things that you got to have in wisdom. Y'all ready? What up, Alexis? All right. Let me make this big so I can see. Oh, I can't make it that big. Sorry. Y'all, my screen looks different today, so I can't read every comment. Things that we got to have wisdom, right? 4, I think it's 4. I'm gonna come up with 4. Let me see if I can come up with 4. Wait, things that you got to have. 1, you can't have wisdom without being ignorant. Drop the word ignorance in there. You got to have ignorance to have wisdom. Believe it or not. Yes, yes. I'll break it down. All right, ignorance that equals without having the truth, not knowing. Right? You can't ever be smart unless you was once dumb. I ain't gonna say dumb, but ignorant. Right? Right. Without having the truth. Think about this. When somebody be like, I ain't ignorant. You was once ignorant. Right? When you was first born, you ain't know how to walk. You know how to talk, you know how to feed yourself, you know your right hand from your left. You was ignorant of those things, right? But as you grow, you begin hand, food, you begin wisdom and learning. Yes, yes. Gotta have wisdom. I mean, gotta have ignorance to become wise. Y'all rocking with me. Right. Side note, for anybody on here today that actually thinks that they can't learn how to do something, right? Now that I think about that ignorance and wisdom thing, anybody start thinking, man, I'm too old. Like when I talk to my mom sometimes, and I try to tell them, Mom, all you got to do is, log on and do it this way. Oh, I'm too old to learn that, right? I never said, oh, good morning. You're not late. We're talking about how to become wise beyond your size, right? Anybody on here thinking there's something that you cannot learn or learn how to do? Remember when you first came on this planet, that part where we just talked about, you ain't know nothing, right? It ain't never too late to keep learning, right? That's sidebar. All right, number 2, I'm gonna go fast today because I got to get out of here today. You can't have wisdom without knowledge, right? What is knowledge? Knowledge is the gathering of the truth, gathering of things. Ignorance is without knowing. Zaria, what's happening? Right? Phil, you made it in. What's happening? Right? I can't see everybody's thing today. Sorry. Right? Knowledge is gathering, storing up the truth, collecting things about life or how something works, or right? Middle school is all that needs to be said. We learn from our mistakes. I like that. Right? So we got to have ignorance to be wise. We got to have knowledge to be wise. Number 3, we got to have understanding. Escape had a great song. Escape had a great song that said it. What I need from you is understanding, right? Comprehension of the truth, right? Oh, that's what that means. I understand now. I get it. Understanding. So you can't be wise unless you've been ignorant. Can't be wise unless you got knowledge. Can't be wise unless you got an understanding. I said I can come up with 4. Wisdom. You can't have wisdom without wisdom. See, I did that. That's applying that truth. Yes, yes. Right. Once you learn it, you got it, you understand it, you gathered it, you apply that. Right. Wisdom says, hey, that pot hot, I know not to touch it. Yo, I can't mess with her. She's dramatic. That looked like trouble. That's gonna make me sick. And so I ain't gonna touch it. That's wisdom. Y'all, if I had to come up with a bonus, you can't have wisdom without foolishness. Right? That's abandoning the truth. Right? I'm gonna be foolish. I know this can hurt me, and I do it anyway. Right? Right. All right. So here, let's go back to that Bible. I'm gonna be real quick with it. Real quick with it. How to become wise beyond your size. We didn't talk about those things. I actually gave 5. Do something bigger today than you did yesterday. Right? Produce some results today. Something that you ain't never experienced. Right? Go for it. Step out there. Step out on faith. Right? Here, ants. We were just talking about these ants. Pull up that verse again. Let me go back to it. Was it verse 25? Verse 25. Let's talk about the ants, right? Ants are always preparing for what's next. This is how we apply this Bible to our life, right? Right. Ants are always applying or preparing for what's next. Y'all ever seen an ant work? We need to, as humans, learn how to prepare like an ant. Ants prepare for the future, right? Here, some of us today, by a show of yes, want to be millionaires, right? Some people don't. Okay, cool. Some of us want to be married. Yes. Some of us want to be successful in our business. Some of us, whatever the thing you want, right? We want it today, yet we're not living like it, right? Some of us want to be millionaires today, but can't manage money. Come on. You're never going to be a millionaire. You can't manage no money, right? Some of us want to be married. Yes, but don't know how to be a wife. You might want to take some wife lessons classes. You might want to take some lessons on how to be a husband before you just say, I want to be married, right? When you get angry, do you just start laying hands, right? You might want to learn those things before you get married, right? Ants prepare for their future, right? You can't just show up and be like, I'm married, I'm a wife. You got to constantly learn that thing. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I wrote this down. There are roles to all of these positions, laying fists. Facts, right? So you start just talking crazy, or you go to the word. You got to learn these things before you get into this covenant. I'm off notes now. I'm off notes, right? Right? It's roles to these positions. Some people, how many people be like, yo, I'm a boss. I'm a boss, right? You can't be a boss unless you know how to be a leader. You can't be a boss unless you know how to go last, believe it or not, right? Some people want to be a boss just to tell other people what to do. That ain't no boss, right? Yes, yes. All right, you got to learn to lead before you can just start bossing up, right? Wisdom, right? Here we go. Ants, again, ants. Ants are always moving somewhere. Y'all ever seen, if you see an ant sitting still, he probably sick or dead, right? They always moving. They always preparing. They always thinking. We as humans, a lot of times we go for something. Servant leaders are the best bosses. Big facts, Jen. Big facts. We as humans, we get a little bit ahead on something and we think it's time to chill, right? Some people are work they whole, like y'all seen it all in sports. Kaiser, you definitely seen it. You're a coach. We see a player work their butt off in the gym, on the field, in the classroom, work their butt off, get all the way to the league and start chilling. Then they get cut. They out of here, right? You work really, really hard through school to get this degree, right? To not use it. Like ants always are preparing, right? You don't ever want to work to get to something, get there, and then start chilling. Now you here now. You done got to the door, let's get in there. I mean, you done got in the door, let's do something with it. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Right. I wrote this down. Ants are self-disciplined. We coming from the Bible today, y'all. Ants are self-disciplined. They do everything with excellence. How many of us cut corners? Well, sure, yes, yes. I'm just gonna cut this corner because I can. Ants do, look, they do stuff with excellence. Yes, yes. Right. Here, let's keep going. Verse 20. I'm gonna scroll from here just today. Verse 26, the Conies are who is it? Is this Inez? I'm reading from yours. The Conies are but a feeble folk, yet they make their houses in the rocks, right? Right? A coney, Hyrex, it's like a rabbit, look like a guinea pig, right? Right? They real little, they feeble, they don't know how to protect themselves, right? They protect themselves. We can learn from this, right? With things that are stronger than they are. Anybody know how to protect yourself with things around you, surround yourself? Let's go back to coaches, right? Look at Phil Jackson. They call him one of the greatest coaches of all time. He only had Shaq, Kobe, Michael, Scotty. Yes, yes, right? Bill Belichick only had Brady. Yes, yes, right? Learn from that rock rabbit, right? Protect yourself, surround yourself with things that are stronger than you, right? They can't protect themselves from a wolf. So what they do, they make small holes that they can get in that the wolf can't get in. Yes, yes. I can't see all y'all notes. In business, what does that look like? In business, what does it look like? That's in sports, what it look like. It's hiring or getting around somebody that's smarter than you. A lot of us have problem with somebody who are smarter than you. This is, I'm gonna give myself an example. This is why y'all hear me say this every day on here. If you want to lead, I'll let you lead because I don't know it all. Thank you, Adrian. Right? Anybody ever want to lead this Zoom, please just send me a message. Say, Marcus, I got to work tomorrow. Watch me become a spectator like everybody else. That's a Hyrex. Right. Look like a guinea pig, small rabbit, stay on the cliff. We can learn from that. We can learn from the Hyrex. We can learn from the ant. Yes, yes. Right. In relationships, what it look like. Surrounding yourself with somebody that compliments you, not somebody who just like you. I've always said if we in a relationship and we agree on everything, we really ain't friends. Not on everything, right? Everything, right? We can't agree on everything. In business, put somebody around you smarter than you. Let somebody else lead. Sometimes you don't know it all. As long as I've had my companies, I promise Todd tell you, Curtis will tell you, I done literally fired. Oh, you gotta go. People that are yes man. I don't like yes man. Somebody that say yes to everything I do, knowing I don't know it all. You really along for the ride, right? You really along for what you can get out of this if you just agree with everything, right? Jen, can I use for you for example? Yo, Jen will text me sometimes and go, yo, Marcus, what you mean by that? Why don't you look at it this way? I'd be like, talk to me. Thank you. Jen, tell me when I'm lying. Haven't you and I had them conversations? You need that. Some people can't take that. You can learn from that Hyrex, right? This is why they say opposites attract. This is why in relationships we say my better half, right? Some of us on here that are married or in relationships, you might be good. Say it in love. You're right, Jen. Learn to talk. Never mind. But no, in relationships, you might be good at the finances. They might be good at this. Yo, fellas, let her lead. That's her thing. Yes, yes, we can learn from that. You might be small and feeble, don't know how to protect yourself in this area, but he got this, she got this. Yes, yes. That's why they say opposites attract. You get somebody just like you, is blind leading the blind. Big facts or no, right? Here we go. Let's keep going. What was the next one, Inez? What was the next one? Verse 27. The locusts. The locusts. Locusts have no king, yet they go for all of them by bands. Look at this Zoom. If we like locusts, we ain't got no king. Anybody want to lead? Microphone open. Got something to say? Let's talk. Right? I try to bring a word every day, but if you want to do it, you can do it. Right? Right? Learn the wisdom of cooperation. That's locusts. They know how to cooperate together. Right? They all cooperate. Y'all ever been driving through the woods and the forest and y'all hear that noise? All of them saying, hey, by myself, you can't hear me. But if we make this noise at the exact same time, there you go. Right? Side note, off my notes. I remember being fresh out of college. I had a chance to, some of y'all remember this. Y'all remember BET had College Hill? Y'all remember MTV had Real World? I had a show on campus at U of H. This is off my notes. Kaiser, you might remember this. Curtis, I think this was before I even met you. No, you might have known this too. I had a show called The Locks, right? The Locks, right? Life of a college student, right? And the show, this is off my notes, y'all. The show was about many different types of students. You got the girl who got the kid in school, you got the athlete, you got the frat boy, you got the old man or old woman that's going back for their degree, you got the student who got 2 jobs because they got to work and go to school. So many different types of students in college. Yes, yes, right? You got the one who mom and dad can just pay for you to go to school. You really don't, you got a bunch of them, right? Right? And so I was interviewing a bunch of different students. I would follow them all day. Did Spike Lee do this? Probably, right? This is 1997, 98. Yeah, Curtis, I think I meet you to 2000. Anyway, the show did so well on U of H, UHTV. Everybody was watching it every Wednesday, right? And I had a chance to, some of y'all remember Natasha used to work at 97.9. I was working at Power 97.5. No, this is 2001 because I was at 97.5. And Natasha was at 97.9. And we pitched the idea to BET because we were 2 young radio personalities. And they took us to DC, right? Took us to DC, lady named Connie Alexander. I think she like a VP now today, right? Walked in this lady office. The lady had a bunch of cassette tapes on her desk, right? I'm gonna get to my point. And a bunch, not cassette tape, VHS tapes on her desk. And I'm so nervous. I'm trying to break the ice. I was like, woo, somebody got a lot of work to do, right? She looked at me square in the face and said, man, I'm not finna go through these. And I'm like, what? You know, people pitching ideas. And she looked at me and said, man, the next Denzel Washington can be on one of these tapes and I'm never going to see it. And I was blown away. And her point, she said this after that, she said, Marcus, if you make enough noise, we'll call you. Right? Quick example, I never applied to be an engineer. Shoot, I didn't apply at the job that I got now as an operation manager. If you make enough noise, they'll call you. Blessed Beast was making so much noise, engineer called me. Engineer was making so much noise, KTSU called me. Right? Locusts, they learn to cooperate. They learn to say, man, I'm small, but if we get together and make a lot of noise, y'all on this Zoom, if we get together and make a whole lot of noise, guess what? The nation gonna be like, well, what they doing over there? Right? Together, locusts look like, yo, everybody achieves. That's wisdom. Get around a group of people that got the same direction. Together, we can get our gift off. Yes, yes. Together. Right? Cooperate like a locust. Right? Let's keep going. Inez, I'm going back to yours. Where we at? 28. The spider taketh, we in King James. The spider taketh hold with her hands and is in the king's palace. Right? Learn the wisdom of a spider. Right? Spiders learn how to capitalize. Oh, this is hard right here. I love this one. Right? A spider can't build a house, can't build a palace. A spider will take that little corner right there and chill, capitalize off of what you built. Yes, yes. Y'all ever see a spider web? It always starts in a corner or something. Yes, yes. Right? They like, look, you can have this whole building. Go look in your garage right now. Go look in your garage right now. Spider ain't gonna bother you at all unless you get too close to it. Ty's scared of spiders, by the way. Shame the devil. Anyway, but all they want is that little corner right there, man. Look, you can have this whole garage. I just want this little corner. And I'm gonna succeed right out of this corner. Right? Bible said that. A spider can't build a palace, but they can live in that joint. What does that look like in our life? Right? We can't build an internet. That's already done. That's massive. But what we could do is get a Zoom. We can get an internet radio station and come up and change the world off that thing. Yes, yes. You can have this whole World Wide Web thing. All we want is this 7:30 to 8:15 Zoom and watch what we do. Right? What that look like in your life? You ain't got to be the boss. Man, take your corner and come up. Yep, yep. All right. Hey, Jen say, yep, yep, Teddy Riley boys. Anybody heard that, what she said? I heard it. I heard it. Yep, yep. Anyway, you stupid. You stupid. Anyway, but yeah, can we do that in our life? Do we gotta be the leader? Do we gotta have all the shine? Or can I say, yo, Mark, you can't sing, but surround yourself around some singers and come up with a song called Shift the Culture and Change the World? Oh. Anybody remember Shift the Culture? Man, I'm not rapping on that song. Yo, that song went extremely viral. Ty said when she first moved to town, before I met her, she said she could not turn the radio on Christian hip hop without hearing that joint. Mark ain't said one verse on that thing. Forget me, DJ Khaled, known one, best new artist of the year, legendary artist, Kirk Franklin. Man, these folks don't sing nothing. A spider can say, look, you can do all of this. I just need that. They learn how to capitalize off of stuff. Learn the wisdom of a spider, right? Right? They know how to profit off of others. Not in the slimy, greasy way. They say, you can have, I don't want your house. Now they will take over that joint. You don't clean that mud, right? That's it's a whole nother sermon topic, right? But they know how to profit off of something. Yo, we don't have to create the internet. That's his own thing. We can take our little corner and change the world. Yes, yes. Matter of fact, that's the end of my notes, right? So we can learn the wisdom of a spider, right? We can learn the wisdom. We can learn how to capitalize like a spider. We can learn to cooperate like locusts and work together. Yep, yep. We can learn to surround ourselves with things that are stronger, like the Hyrax, right? And we can learn to operate in excellence. Always be moving. Always prepare what's next, like the ant. Wise beyond our size. Those are 4 things that was real small, and they got that's wisdom. So I think personally, if you apply these traits to our life, people will go, yo, he a genius. Yo, this person a genius. Right? When I do my interviews, anybody ever seen my interviews on YouTube or whatever? Sometimes I'll ask a question. Give me 2 seconds, Jen. I'll ask a question and I'll sit back and let the guest do all the talking in the interview. Man, I interview Ice Cube. Go watch that joint. I asked maybe 3 questions. Interview last 40 minutes. People was like, yo, Marcus, you cold-blooded. Man, you could interview some folks. I was like, what? Wisdom. Let somebody else lead. Jen, you got to go for it. Your hand up, Jen.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I was trying to hit unmute. I don't know why it's not happening. But good morning, y'all. Just want to say, even with what Marcus was saying, even with the ed, some things are going to be hard. Some things we're not going to know all the ins and outs. But it's almost like if we ask the Holy Spirit for guidance, hey, I want to do this, then we have to trust that just like when he healed the lepers, as we go, he's going to put people in places, people in our path and put us in the right steps. He's going to order our footsteps. Just to encourage you, like he said before, sometimes he was talking about like his mom and technology and everything like that. Some things are just not your preference, and some things the enemy is just bringing fear about, and we need to battle that, because if the enemy's coming really hard with you about fear, like, oh no, I can't do this, no, I can't do that, then what is he holding you back from? What potential and progress could you possibly make that he's holding you back from? Our mother had 7 children, divorced, and had nothing but didn't even have a high school degree. Okay, by the time she was 30, she was hospitalized with all the stress, and her cardiologist was the man of God, actually bought her a house for all her children, and from that she went back to school. My grandmother, before she passed like 3 years ago. Before she passed with a high school diploma, a bachelor's, 2 masters, and she got a PhD at 50. So don't hold back. Don't say it's too late. I met a judge right down in Harris County when I brought her up for Black History Month to speak. Marcus knows what I'm talking about. I brought her up to speak. She, over 50, was a lawyer and said, you know what? I just want to be a judge. Over 50. And she was just like, I just want to do something new. I said, oh, you want it, over 50? She said, as long as I'm living and breathing, I'm learning and I'm gaining. So I just want to encourage you guys in that. Don't let the enemy, it's preferences. Like, some people don't like technology. That's different. But if God's holding you fear in that area, if the enemy's holding fear in that area, I need you to challenge that, because he's trying to hold you back from your potential and your progress with what God has probably called you to do.
You better preach it, girl. You better preach it, girl. That's a good word. Anybody else? Microphones are open. Be wise beyond your size, right? You can grab any one of those small creatures, or you can compare it to your life and gain the wisdom of some of this stuff. A lot of times we try to do stuff ourselves. Listen, there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. I don't care what nobody say. There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. Somebody opened the door. Somebody paved the road. Somebody sparked the idea. And if all else fails, Jesus gave it to you anyway. God gave it to you. Yes. Right? Surround yourself with people better than you. Humble yourself and let other people lead. Right? Work smart. Prepare. I've always said one of the worst things that we could do in life is not be prepared. I think that's one of the worst. Y'all ever had the off notes? I ain't got my notes no more. Y'all remember school presentations? And you ain't prepared, you got to get up there and try to wing it. Listen, I was in college. I was at U of H. This is a lesson on preparation. I was at U of H, or UH downtown, and we was in one of these writing classes, journalism classes, and I was pledging at the time, so I was beat up and bruised, and my mind was on learning that stuff. And I had the book in front of me that we was in. And the teacher said, Marcus, I guess everybody was taking their turn reading something about the journalistic lesson that day. It was like, Marcus, pick up right there. I wasn't even on the right page. Right. And so I was not prepared to be reading And so it's just instead of saying, look, I'm lost. I tried to fake it and try to act like I couldn't pronounce the word. And the lady said, and I was like, oh, and the I was so lost, y'all. Worst thing you can be is unprepared. I'm sorry. I just had to tell this story. But in life, prepare, man. Prepare like an ant. Prepare for tomorrow. You really want to be a millionaire? Me and Ty was talking. Ty, can I tell our business? We talking about her being full-time over in the studios. Yo, we finna start. And we said we put a date on that thing, right? Right. And so, yo, we preparing today for that, right? Some of us want to be millionaires, right? Want to be, go for
I
it.
want to add to that, Marcus. Whenever you're done,
You got it. Microphone's open.
since you put our business out there. So one of the things that he and I have learned is sometimes, even as a business owner, God will still put you in a position to see how humble you are to still go work under somebody else, but not only to learn character traits that he wants to build through you, but also even for your own business. So, I don't take for granted having the opportunity to come serve at somebody else business that's in the process of rebuilding. But then I also know that in order for us to build the legacy that we're trying to build, not only for our children, but for God's people, it is so much that comes with that. It's so much that comes with the building. It's not just building a business just to say you have it. It's building you as an individual. It's building your character traits. It's building your personality. It's building you in humbleness and being faithful and being loyal. So it's so many pieces to the puzzles that God is putting together. But how can he put that puzzle together if you can't humble yourself and serve? And I'm gonna say this and I'm done. But one thing God put in my heart, because I was like, God, I don't want to work for nobody else. I don't want to work for nobody else. But one thing he shared with me was, you're gonna always work for somebody else because you have to serve. So even service and humbling yourself and serving under someone is that. So that's all I wanted to say.
I look at it like this. That's good, Ty. A lot of stuff, Inez, George, Perry, Joni, Joe, look at it like a paid internship, right? You there to learn a lesson. You there to, if you really go into a situation to enhance somebody else's thing and you learn and soak up out a game, I'm a living witness of that. Go ask NG and their success. That was a 5-year paid, well-paid internship, right? I learned exactly how, me and Harvey was talking one of the days. I learned exactly how to run a successful radio station by serving at one, getting paid for it, right? Right? Look at whatever career line that you in, if it lines up with your future. Look at it like, man, I'm here to serve this out, blow your stuff up and learn everything about it. So when it's my turn, I'm ready. My church is doing a service for Katie Saturday. My church is doing serve for Katie Saturday. You live in Katie, Inez? I didn't know that. All right. Microphone's open. Microphone's open. If nothing else, let me see if these hit me. Nope. Like I said, I did talk to the app guy. He says, man, this should be an easy thing to replace our old Blessed Beats radio app with this new one. So he was like, it is easy. He's gonna work on it. So that's good. Guarded, I saw your message about the worship music. Yes. If this week, the rest of this week is jacked up. I got a DJ every night this week. But the Blessed Beats radio station is not just CHH, but it's CHH and worship. Some of the worship songs there, if y'all notice on here when we start, I never play a CHH song. I always play a worship song, right? And so we'll again, I'm calling it the first. We're gonna be the first to in excellence blend worship, not necessarily just gospel, but worship music with Christian hip hop. So boom. All right, that's all I got, man. Let's see. What do you talk about getting? Who do you talk to about getting an app created? John Bland. His name is John Bland. Send me a note. I'll send you his contact. He's doing ours. Um,